Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, boys and girls, kids, welcome to Madrasah TV show. This is a show where we bring Madrasah to you right in front of your TV screen. I'm Ustaz Hamza, and today I'm here to bring you Madrasah, and more than just a Madrasah, everything we learn outside Madrasah. Boys and girls, today inshallah ta'ala we're going to be learning so many interesting things. Have a look at this. We're going to start off by learning about a chapter in Qur'an, and then Muslim invention. And following that, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to learn the Tajweed rule, and we're going to go to the cave but after Maghrib. Why? Well, before Maghrib, it's not as scary. I'll tell you guys later on why we'll go to the cave. But let's start the show, inshallah ta'ala. We are live on TV and we're live on Eman Channel app. I can see your comments if you're live on YouTube, and we are also live on Facebook. For those of you live on YouTube, I can read your comments. Ahlan wa sahlan. Do me a favor, hit the like and share button. Boys and girls, hit the like and share button. I see some new people there, mashallah. Hit the share button, hit the share button, hit the share button. Every time there's a new person, it's probably one of you guys sharing and telling someone else about it. So well done, guys. All right, let's go straight to our 114 segment. Right, you read Qur'an every day, you read Qur'an every single day, you come across different chapters of Qur'an. It's good to know what these chapters are talking about. Today I'm going to bring you a chapter of Qur'an. This chapter talks about a beautiful name of Allah, which is Al-Hafiz, but we're not going to learn name of Allah today because we learn name of Allah on Friday. Today we're going to learn about in what different ways Allah Azza wa Jal is showing you, is telling you, is trying to make you understand that He is the one who secures things. Allah is the one who secures things. So starting off in the first page of this surah, Allah Azza wa Jal talks about إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. We're talking about Surah Al-Hijr, the stone land. We'll come back to that in a second. This surah was revealed in Mecca, has 99 verses, and it is in juz number 14. So the surah starts off by Allah Azza wa Jal telling us that He's the one who sent Qur'an, the guidance, and He's the one who will protect it. But then Allah Azza wa Jal later on in the surah talks about how He is protecting the heavens. وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. And then later on, Allah Azza wa Jal talks about how He will protect believers against shaitan. And right at the end of the surah, Allah Azza wa Jal is bringing us so many stories of people who disobeyed Allah. And these people were big and strong people. Boys and girls, these people, some of these people used to build houses in mountains. They used to live inside. Now, you know, you got a house, but it can break, right? Your house is made of wood, bricks, whatever. These people used to make houses inside mountains. Yeah, so let's write the word Hijr. This is the chapter. But then, when they disobeyed Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah destroyed them, even though these people were strong and big. Allah Azza wa Jal destroyed them. So that's the main theme of this surah, Hijr. Hijr, okay? Now, I want you guys to write a massive word Hijr here, and then everything else that I'm going to talk to you about, I want you to write around it. Draw some notes, write some notes, yeah? So, it is Allah Azza wa Jal talking about Hifadha or Hifdh, yeah? That He's the one, or Yahfadhu al-Ashya. Allah Azza wa Jal is the one who protects, who secures things. So we're going to talk about more of this inshallah, but let's have a look at some amazing slides here. Next one. This is the summary of the surah. Have a look at this. The surah provides a string warning for rejecting the truth by following desires and temptations of this life. Quite interesting. Yeah? A lot of times in Qur'an, when Allah talks about temptations, desires, shaitan. Allah Azza wa Jal talks about shaitan and how is he an utter enemy of human being, and he want to do anything to mislead you, misguide you. Allah commands the disbelievers to reflect on the end of previous disbelieving nations, thereby establishing proof against them. Allah Azza wa Jalla is telling you, look, what happened to these people? What happened to those people? What happened to these people? They rejected the truth, they rejected the truth, they rejected the messenger, they did not listen to Allah. They were gone forever. They're not here. They're not around. Well, we're going to learn, inshallah ta'ala, 3 key informations about this surah. Let's start with the first one here, yeah? Surah Al-Fatiha is referenced in this surah on verse 87. For those of you watching me live on YouTube, I want one of you to come and tell me, what did Allah reference this surah as in this surah? Surah Al-Fatiha. How did Allah reference it? What word did Allah use? Did Allah say Surah Al-Fatiha? Nope. Allah has already said it slightly differently. Let's see who figured this out. I told you the verse number. Open the Qur'an. Tell me. Someone said mothers. Nope. Nope. Allah has already used a different word. Ha. Something and then something. There's a number. There's a word. Let's see who figures it out. Riyallah. Let's continue, boys and girls. Let's continue. Let's have a look. Key information number 2. In this surah, Allah reminds and encourages the Prophet to continue in propagation of Islam, da'wah, and to not worry about those who openly mock him while doing so. We learned something from this, guys, and that is, you can be an absolute amazing person with the best character, and you are teaching and preaching the right thing. You will have people who will mock you. You will have people who will make fun of you. And so in this surah, Allah Azza wa Jal, إِنَّا كَفَيْنَاكَ الْمُسْتَهْزِئِينَ, Allah Azza wa Jal is teaching the Prophet, the people who make fun of you, mock you, yeah? Leave them. أَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْجَاهِلِينَ. And fasfah, yeah? There's another word, fasfah, that leave them, forgive them, let them be. Because only Allah knows what's in the hearts of people. So this is something amazing. Maybe you're someone who will grow up to become a da'i one day and you tell people about Islam. It's inevitable. Some people will make fun of you. Some people will say things to you. Yes? Even if you're doing the right thing or the most perfect thing, you're trying to save humanity from going to hellfire, you will have people who will make fun of you. Interesting. Next. The surah includes a very inspiring verse where Allah declared that He is the protector and guardian of the Qur'an. These are the words I was looking for. Yeah, لَحَافِظُونَ. لَحَافِظُونَ. Protector and the guardian. Yep, and here's a verse. إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. So I'm going to go back to this note I drew here. And I'm going to add this word. لَحَافِظُونَ. لَحَافِظُونَ. And as I said earlier, this word came in Qur'an in the same surah few more times. So Allah Azza wa Jalla is telling you one of the names of Allah, Al-Hafiz. Allah is Al-Hafiz. We're going to learn this, inshallah, the names of Allah. So He is the one who sent the guidance and He'll protect it so no one can change it. That's something else we learn about Qur'an in this surah. That Allah, Qur'an is let's do it differently. Let's be a bit more creative, yeah? Qur'an is protected by Allah. Allah is protecting Qur'an. So no one can ever change it. Yes? And then when it comes to human being, there's another thing. A page of this surah is dedicated human, son of Adam versus Iblis, Shaitan. And Allah Azza wa Jal is reminding us the Shaitan is there. He's going to try his best to trick you. And then Allah says later on, إِلَّا عِبَادَكَ مِنْهُمُ الْمُخْلَصِينَ. Except Allah, He will be protecting His people. Allah won't let Shaitan get to them, trick them. Quite interesting, yeah? And after that, following that, Allah Azza wa Jal talks about the stories of different people who came, and they all have one thing in common. And the common thing is that when they heard truth, they rejected it. In result of that, Allah punished them. Allah punished them because they rejected the truth. Surah Hijr. Yallah, looks like no one got the name. Boys and girls, Allah referred to Surah Al-Fatiha as something in this surah. I think no one figured it out. What did Allah say? I'm gonna read the verse. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَاكَ سَبْعًا مِنَ الْمَثَانِ وَالْقُرْآنِ الْعَظِيمِ. That's the verse. What does Allah how is Allah referring to Surah Al-Fatiha, which someone said shifa? Nope. Nope. وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَاكَ سَبْعًا مِنَ الْمَثَانِ وَالْقُرْآنِ الْعَظِيمِ. Let's have a quick look, inshallah ta'ala. In the meantime, let's have a quick look at the translation of this. Indeed, it is we who send down the message, the Qur'an, and indeed, we will be its guardian. So quickly go to Surah Al-Hijr, Bismillah, and look at this. The answer is there, right in front of you. ها ولقد آتيناك سبعا من المثاني. سبعا من المثاني. السبع المثاني is also name of Surah Al-Fatiha. What Surah Al-Fatiha is also called Al-Fatiha. It's the opener of Qur'an. It's the first surah of Qur'an. It's also called Al-Shafi. Surah Al-Fatiha is Shifa. And it's also called سبع المثاني. Barakallahu feekum. Boys and girls, we're going to go pray Maghrib. And after Maghrib, we're going to enter a new day called Friday. We'll see you guys Friday. Not tomorrow. I'll see you guys, inshallah ta'ala, after Maghrib, where we're going to enter a new day. Boys and girls, share your notes with me on the WhatsApp number. And make sure you make some notes while you're learning this. Come back with your notebooks, because after the break, we're going to learn about Muslim invention. It's going to be quite extraordinary. See you all after a short break. Stay with us. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back, boys and girls, to Madrasah TV show. Allow us to continue with our very interesting segment. Extremely interesting. Well, there goes Bunny running for this segment. Which segment? We're back in the office. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we're going to talk about a very interesting Muslim invention. Before I tell you guys about this invention, I want you to look at what Allah Azza wa Jal tells us in Qur'an. أَوَلَمْ يَنظُرُوا فِي مَلَكُوتِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Not translating this verse, but Allah Azza wa Jal encouraging us to look into the heavens and stars and think, who created them? Who created them? Why did He create them? Think about it. Someone does something amazing. Someone built something amazing. You ask yourself, why did they build it? For who? What's the purpose? And that's what Allah wanted us to think. Following this, some Muslims got curious to find out what is it that we can see from our naked eyes, but then there's things that are beyond, just what you can see from your eyes. And they got interested in figuring out what is out there. And so we have a lot of Muslim scientists who took a lot of interest in finding out what's in the heavens to observe these things. And we have a lot of scientists, Muslim scientists, that we can talk about. But today we would like to revisit our scientist who created this Mirsad observatory. Now this one, particularly, we studied about him before. And we said he was the first ever human being who made an attempt to fly. Now, some people might assume or think, must be a crazy man. Put some wings and try to take a free flight and try to fly. No, he wasn't just that. Abbas, I just said the name. I was supposed to hide the name and ask you guys to tell me the name. Abbas ibn Farnas was a person who had a lot of inventions, a lot of things that he invented, he came up with, a lot of ideas he put on the table and got people to be curious about a lot of things. And he has some amazing discoveries in Ilm al-Falak, which we call astronomy, So let's write these massive big words down. Ilm al-Falak. Ilm al-Falak is the astronomy, And Muslim scientists have a lot of interesting things that they have discovered, and we can see a reflection of that. People who study Ilm al-Falak, astronomy, they will come across a lot of stars that were discovered by Muslims, and so because they were discovered by Muslim scientists, they were named after them. Just like nowadays, we have roads, we have hospitals named after people. Queen this, that, King Hospital. We have some of the places, schools, roads, some airports in different countries are also named after Abbas ibn Farnas. Show him respect. Walakin, when you make a discovery, that discovery gets attached to your name. And so Abbas ibn Farnas, there's a lot of interesting things that are associated to his name. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Bismillah. Quite interesting this one is. During the Khilafah, during the Caliphate of Harun al-Rashid, astronomy gained a special status which resulted in construction of large observation. You see what right next to you? This is observatory, So construction of a large observatories with permanent structures that hosted huge, carefully crafted instrument. Interesting. To promote, Falak, what you see out there. To promote that, they created these things. Now, what happened then? As observatory development continued, Islamic scientists began to pioneer the planetarium. The major difference between a planetarium and an observatory is how the universe is projected. So these are two different things here, So you have one that you use, like this one, to see what's out there. It might have a massive telescope or something. And there is the other one, which gives you, like they painted. In the past, probably, they painted them on the walls. But nowadays, they probably have some screen, something that shows you what's out there. So it's like, it's very much like this, but it shows you what's in the space. I'll tell you guys what is even more interesting. Yeah? You have a lot of Muslim scientists going out there and discovering these things and discovering these stars. Imagine discovering all of this without any computers, without any of the technology that you see nowadays. Yeah? It's very easy for you to go and type in Google and find out, yeah, a star, or look into the sky and find out, not really look into the sky, but you can search it up and you can find pictures and images. What about people in the past? What is it that they used? Now, this should get you curious to find out more about Abbas ibn Farnas, his methods, what was he doing, who supported him, what are the different things that he came up with, which is quite extraordinary. We look on to the next one, Bismillah. Planetarium allowed for universes, planets and stars to project at eye level in a room. Scientist Ibn Farnas created a planetarium in his home. Whoa! That included an artificial storm noises. Interesting, isn't it? So he created, let's say he created a place where you can go and experience what's in the heavens, but he created it in real life. Yeah? Nowadays, once again, it's quite easy for those of you who are watching this show live on a TV, if you're watching me, you see what's behind me. It's quite easy to create because it's not real. But imagine trying to create the same effect using a paint, using whatever they can. And he even was able to produce something that made sound of storm. Yeah? Wow, quite interesting, isn't it? So all of that goes to Abbas ibn Farnas, once again, who took a very deep interest in Ilm al-Falak. His name was Abbas ibn Farnas. Now, you, as a student of knowledge, as a person, should take interest in people who made these things, discovered these things, and try to learn, try to see what is it they were thinking about that got them to do this. Yeah? Quite interesting. If you think about it, thousands of years ago, when none of this existed, nowadays, you can think of big things, you can think of different ideas because you will find a lot of people around you. You can see in news, this kid is making this, that kid is discovering this, and you might get inspired and do these things. But the real inspiration is when you have none of these methods, no one around you is doing this, and you take time out to discover these things, yeah? So, Abbas ibn Farnas, he was supported by the Caliph of the time. He was also very close to him. They also took him as a personal doctor, so he used to observe what these people eat, tell them not to eat and what to eat. And if they fall sick, he used to recommend different medicines to them. Back in those days, a person like this used to be a gold because not everyone was doctor, not everyone knew what to do or how to do things. Interesting, boys and girls. So, this is what we learned today. What is it that you guys know about Ilm al-Falak, astronomy, and all the other things? One of the things I remember, I listened to one of the lectures, and the Sheikh was saying that for those of you who live in a city, yeah, you are unable to see the sky properly. You might say, oh, at night I look outside the window and I can see it, but you don't. Because everything around you is so lit up at night, the street and houses and everything, that you're actually unable to see the beautiful creation of Allah up there. So I would encourage you guys to maybe travel somewhere far away from the city, where you can see sky in an original form, in a way that Allah created it. And it is beautiful, it is beautiful. I think in Norway somewhere, there's these green lights. Woo, 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 woo. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Boys and girls, what we're going to do, we're going to take a short break, inshallah ta'ala, come back, and we will continue with our Surah Al-Kahf segment. We'll talk about Surah Al-Kahf and the cave more after a short break. Stay with us, come back after the break, and we'll continue then. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back boys and girls to Madrasah TV show. Allow us to continue. We're going to go to the cave, but before we go to the cave, inshallah ta'ala, let me just remind you all, we have finally entered Friday, the blessed day, Sayyid al-Ayyam, the best day in the week. Now this is a special day. There are a lot of things that Prophet ﷺ used to do on this day. We enter this day from Maghrib, and the day will end tomorrow before Maghrib. One of the things the Prophet ﷺ used to do every Friday is to recite Surah Al-Kahf. Surah Al-Kahf will protect you against a lot of evil that is behind the scenes, evil that you don't see, and a lot of bad things that are coming your way. And what I mean by that is fitan. The Prophet ﷺ taught us in a hadith that Allah Azza wa Jalla will enlighten your week. If you recite if you recite Surah Al-Kahf this Friday and Surah Al-Kahf next Friday, your week will be full of barakah, full of light. So make it a habit to recite the surah every single week, not just the beginning, end of it, although some narrations you can read the first and the last 10 verses of the surah. Make a habit to recite the entire surah, and inshallah once it becomes a habit, you will find it quite easy to recite it every single Friday. Barakallahu feekum. Now, we're going to go to the cave and learn and read this surah. Are we ready? Bismillah.
أرجو به أن ينفع الطلاب والأجر والقبول والثواب.
No, we're not in the cave yet. Boys and girls, a Tajweed rule first. We'll recite, inshallah ta'ala, a few verses of the surah, and I want you guys to follow me. I'll teach you a Tajweed rule. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ودخل جنته وهو ظالم لنفسه. قال ما أظن أن تبيد هذه أبدا وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رددت إلى ربي لأجدن خيرا منها منقلبا. قال له صاحبه وهو يحاوره أنا أكفر. قال له صاحبه وهو يحاوره أكفرت بالذي خلقك من تراب ثم من نطفة ثم سواك رجلا لكن هو الله ربي ولا أشرك بربي أحدا. بارك الله فيكم. A quick one here. ظالم لنفسه. Tanween and lam. We merge them but without a غنة. إدغام بغير غنة. ظالم لنفسه. Tanween. When we see tanween and lam or ra. Or if we see noon and then lam and ra, we merge them without a غنة. Keep that in mind inshallah ta'ala. ظالم لنفسه. Let's go straight to our first caller. Assalamu alaikum. Oh, actually, let's go to the cave first. Ahlan wa sahlan, Ali, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. And how are you, Ustaz Hamza and Eman Channel?
All well, alhamdulillah. Come closer to the phone. Is Ibrahim reciting today?
Yes. Ustad,
Yes.
can we give an extraordinary to the entire Eman Channel team for letting us be the first callers?
You know what? I think they deserve the extra. Yeah! Did you call first, by the way?
We called in when it was Maghrib as well.
MashaAllah. Ali, really called in. Boys and girls, We're going to get Ali to recite, and after that, inshallah ta'ala, rest of the reciters. Ali, with me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ra with a full mouth.
MashaAllah. وَدَخَلَ.
وَدَخَلَ. Full mouth.
Kha is a full mouth letter. جَنَّتَهُ.
جَنَّتَهُ. 2 counts. غُنَّة.
Yep. وَهُوَ.
وَهُوَ.
ظَالِمٌ.
ظَالِمٌ.
لِنَفْسِهِ.
لنفسه 4 counts غنة.
قال.
قال
ما أظن أن تبيد.
Kaf with a full mouth letter.
None of these letters full mouth letter. هذه. أبدا. ما شاء الله عليك. ما شاء الله عليك. Let's get your brother to recite. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam, Ibrahim. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Ustaz.
Very well, very well. Ready?
Yes.
Reciting on your own or with me?
Huh?
Are you reading with me?
Yes.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رددت. No, رددت إلى ربي. No, not ربه. ربي. لأجدن. خيرا منها منقلبا. ما شاء الله. تبارك الله. May Allah bless you. Yes? I think he said something. Boys and girls, we're going to move to next caller. Maryam Khan, assalamu alaikum. Maryam Khan, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you today, Maryam?
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you today, Maryam? Looks like a slight tech issue. Boys and girls, we'll take a short break, inshallah. When we come back, we'll listen to Maryam Khan and all the rest of you, inshallah ta'ala. For those of you watching us live, you can join us and recite with us, inshallah ta'ala, on the number below. Even if you can't recite, call me in. We can recite together. We'll continue after a short break. I'll see you guys then. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum, and let's go back to the cave. Welcome back. We'll continue inshallah with Maryam Khan and then rest of the reciters. For those of you who wish to call and recite, number is on the screen. Maryam Khan, let's continue. Assalamu alaikum and Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Wassalam.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Allahir Rahmanir Rahim.
قال
له
صاحبه
صاحبه
وهو يحاوره
يحاوره
أكفرت بالذي
الذي
خلقك من تراب ثم من نطفة ثم سواك رجلا ما شاء الله عليك. Moving on to next caller, boys and girls. Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. How are you, Mr. Hamza?
Very well. Muhammad, how are you today?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
حياك الله محمد. تفضل. Verse number 35 to 38 from Surah Al-Kahf.
Okay, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ودخل جنته وهو ظالم لنفسه قال ما أظن أن تبيد هذه أبدا وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رددت إلى ربي لأجدن خيرا منها منقلبا قال له صاحبه وهو يحاوره أكفرت بالذي خلقك من تراب من نطفة سواك رجلا لكن هو الله ربي ولا أشرك بربي أحدا صدق الله.
Definitely an extraordinary reciter. I wish I could hear him better. Looks like his voice was on and off, but very good, Muhammad. MashaAllah, MashaAllah alayk. Next caller, Assalamu alaikum.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. How are you, Ustaz Hamza?
Very well, and how are you?
Good, alhamdulillah.
Go ahead, Bismillah.
Okay, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ودخل جنته وهو ظالم لنفسه قال ما أظن أن تبيد هذه أبدا وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رددت إلى ربي لأجدن خيرا منقلبا قال له صاحبه وهو يحاوره أكفرت بالذي خلقك من تراب ثم من نطفة ثم سواك رجلا لكن هو الله ربي ولا أشرك بربي أحدا صدق الله العظيم.
Another excellent reciter, mashallah, tabarakallah. We got Rahima and Abdul Razak, probably Ali. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Rahima, how are you today?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Very well. Rahima, you recite 2 verses and your brother can continue from قال له صاحبه.
It's only me today.
Go ahead, Bismillah.
Okay, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ودخل جنته وهو ظالم لنفسه قال ما أظن أن تبيد هذه أبدا وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رددت إلى ربي لأجدن خيرا منها منقلبا
لا أجدن خيرا منها منقلبا.
قال له صاحبه وهو يحاوره أكفرت بالذي خلقك من تراب ثم من نطفة ثم سواك رجلا.
Will you stop you here? May Allah bless you. Barakallahu fiki. Do apologize for the rest of you for not being able to recite. Boys and girls, we'll come back tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala, with brand new segments. Tomorrow we're going to learn about name of Allah and loving the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Boys and girls, for those of you who send me your notes on the WhatsApp number, I'll share them with everyone tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. Tomorrow, I promise. Well done for everyone who called in to recite, and for those of you who send your notes, you guys are fantastic. I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Boys and girls, read Surah Al-Kahf, attend Jum'ah prayer, send salawat on the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, and assalamu alaikum.
La 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 la